there any type of color of truck that you're looking for, so I can let all the subscribers know? You're only pulling over internationals this week.
The difference, and this is something, for Michigan, that's unique about Michigan, and not all states are like this when it comes to trucks. We are a probable cause state. And what does that mean? That means we cannot stop you unless we visually have a violation.
What's going on, Mother Truckers? So starting right now on Monday all the way to Friday, Michigan, Illinois, Ohio, and Indiana, they're going to have police officers, DOT officers everywhere. They're pulling over thousands of commercial vehicles. This is Eyes on 94. And basically what they want to do is help prevent and educate on crashes. I actually called the DOT of Michigan, and we had a very interesting conversation. He's my inside person on this, so I appreciate you very, very much, Inspector Morris. I don't know. Today I feel a little bit different. This conversation was extremely enlightening and interesting, but the main point is I want all the mother truckers out there to be safe, and I want you guys to know that this is happening, and they want you to know as well that they are going to be out there. So, drive safe. I know you always drive safe, but drive extra safe this week. It's all I-94. That's all I got to say, mother truckers. You found great information from this. I mean, come on now. Subscribe, like, and look at all this merch right here. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm trying to give you the most value as possible. I love you all. TheAsianMindShow.com. I appreciate you guys again. You guys have seriously changed my life and gave me purpose in life, and I love you. I'm gonna call the social media inspector in Michigan, Patrick Morris, and see if this is true or not. Let's see how this goes. I just wanted to get education for truck drivers.
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing today, sir?
Good.
My name is Alex Mai. I run a trucking channel just for education for truck drivers, sir. And I hear in articles and stuff that there's going to be an educational blitz this week just to, for safety reasons. I just want to know, how could I maybe do an interview or something just so that we can let truck drivers know to be more safe, because I know that's the general goal of...
Yes, of course, yes. It's called Eyes on 94 here in Michigan, but really it's a multi-state operation. We kind of work in collaboration with Illinois, Ohio, and of course Indiana. All of our bordering states or partner states that are within the region. The emphasis here in Michigan is on our 94 corridor, which runs east and west from the Indiana line all the way to and through Detroit to our international border with Canada. That particular stretch of highway is high volume, both for commercial and passenger vehicle traffic. So there's a lot of co-mingling of traffic, a lot of areas where speed reduction and increases fluctuate. So we do have a high number of crashes on that particular corridor. And then, of course, parts of that corridor are vicious with seasonal weather, especially this time of year.
I got it.
So we like to get out there, and we do it normally for normal routine patrol as well. We're in those areas. We use kind of a data-driven approach to tell us where to be, when to be, based on what happens. So we try to be out there and have high visibility, because when people see the marked unit, whether it be a commercial driver or non-commercial driver, they're going to react to it. And usually, if they're speeding, slow down. If they're following too close, back it off a little bit. If they're thinking about using their cell phones in a hand-free environment, they usually refrain. So all those things that lead to either distracted driving and/or causation for a potential crash, we usually have a pretty good impact on it. And we do it repetitively. So it's not like we're out there occasionally. We're out there continuously, except for this particular week, we even flood the area more. And we do that purposely. Just to say, we're out here normally and you see marked units all the time, but now you're seeing one, every 3 or 4 miles across the entire state, probably.
No, I see that.
And it's really to get that repetitive reaction, and because we work those corridors, it changes behavior because we're there so frequently. And really, that's the key behind it. We're not looking for enforcement results. Are citations written? Yeah, they are. Is that our primary goal? Not really. Our primary goal is really to write no citations and take no crash reports. And we have seen a reduction in the number of crashes on that corridor over the last 4 years. This being our 5th year that we've been doing this operation. Commercial vehicle crashes are down about 3%. So there is an impact there.
So I see that, sir. So here's the thing. I think we're with the same goal, because me representing truck drivers, sir, it's almost like we don't want to get a ticket, but honestly, it's more than that. It's more about safety. And so, a lot of times I put out these reports and I just talk about the articles, and it kind of scares us truck drivers. And then thousands of truck drivers drive more safe that day. Not to say that they don't drive more safe every day, but they're just a little bit more safe those days. And so
that's a good thing, because if you're only changing behavior for that particular day, then that is a start. Because, and again, think about how many lives are saved that we never know about indirectly because behavior is changed just for that moment with the number of vehicles on the road. So when you look at it from that perspective, and let's be honest with truck drivers, they're well trained. They drive thousands and thousands of miles. The propensity to make a mistake is eventually going to be there. So we look at that and we take that into consideration. That, is it easy to get distracted and be driving over the speed limit slightly? Of course it is. Do you sometimes potentially change lanes without signaling or follow too close to another fellow truck driver? Yes. All those things occur. We understand that. But the more we can minimize that and make drivers just be aware. And we also, at the same time, though, we also educate the public to operate in and around trucks safely. Like, don't hang out in the no zone. If you're going to pass a truck, don't stay alongside of it for a elongated period of time, because that driver may not see you.
I like that very much, sir, because honestly, a lot of times, because I am a little biased because I represent the truck drivers on social media, but I look at it, and a lot of times we call it four-wheelers, right? So the four-wheelers cut us off, and then we end up being the one that's on the news because they cut us off, and then they keep on driving, and we're the one that, looks like we caused this horrible accident at times, right? But it could be a chain reaction at times. And so I like that you guys do that. I don't know. Is there a way that maybe, I could have this segment going more, because, a lot, I won't say millions, but, between all my social media is about 10 million views watch the show a month. And so, maybe having you on something like this, if you're okay with me sharing it to my fellow truckers, it's going to be more eyes on it, and they'll drive more careful those days. Again, not to say they don't, but, reality is they will.
No, I have no problem with that. Any type of promotion we can get out there. And again, our truck drivers really are the lifeline across the country. We recognize that. We're not here to hinder commerce. We're just here to make sure commerce operates safely. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. I mean, the honest truth is there's a lot of drivers that feel like, Christmas is coming around, and, the rumors of, hey, another way to get a buck from a driver. I'm sure you've heard all this, sir.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we hear it all. And with drivers too, it's important when it comes to moving violations, and those are the driver-related violations. They minimize that as well as us for safety reasons, of course, but also it does have a significant negative impact on their ability to drive, especially with the scrutiny of driver profiles and CSA scores and all those things associated with the trucking community nowadays. So the truck driver is definitely scrutinized at times and held to a high standard as a professional driver. There's no question about it. So we hope that through these programs, they just pay attention, make sure that they're operating safely within their hours of service, of course, all those things. And chances are we've seen a significant reduction even in the number of citations we issue over the past 5 years when it comes to things like speed, lane use, following too close, cell phone use. We're not seeing a lot of that any longer. Most drivers are hands-free. Occasionally, we'll have that driver that we catch texting or talking on the cell phone while driving. It does happen, but that's been down significantly. So clearly, drivers, by and large, take what they're doing very serious.
No, I hear that, sir.
We don't see those violations in any real large amount.
So, playing around, is there any type of color of truck that you're looking for so I can let all the subscribers know? You're only pulling over internationals this week.
The difference, and this is something, for Michigan, that's unique about Michigan, and not all states are like this when it comes to trucks. We are a probable cause state. And what does that mean? That means we cannot stop you unless we visually have a violation. So a lot of states are regulatory in nature and can stop a truck because it falls under the regulatory requirements. So here in Michigan, if we stop you, it's because we did find a violation. Whether or not we take enforcement action on it or not is not the point. A lot of times we give out way more verbal warnings than we do citations. Not even close. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense, and that's what I want to do is, I want to find a peace treaty between us truck drivers, and because essentially we're supposed to be doing our pre-trips and staying safe, and there are a lot of truck drivers that ruin it for the good ones that do their inspections. And so, I see that. And of course, like all things, right? When you go to a good restaurant and the food's great, you don't say anything. But if you get pulled over and now you've done something bad per se, but now your capability of driving is limited because of the ticket you've received, you're going to put this bad review. And so, a lot of times I know you guys, law enforcement in general just gets, kind of a negative, connotation to that. But I know that, it's a job. I have a lot of friends that are DOT officers and police officers as well. And, they're good guys, And so I don't know, maybe this is a segment that we could do here and there because, honestly, if you're okay with me, I'm in my YouTube studio now, so I always have everything recorded, but I will not use this recording unless you're okay with me using it, sir. And I could put it like, Michigan law enforcement gives us inside information, but really what it is, now people are going to watch it, and people are going to be safe driving on the I-94 this week.
Well, the main thing is they're safe driving anywhere in the country.
Yes, sir.
And really, that's the goal. 94 just has to be specific to Michigan. And of course, we're going to work those corridors where we see the highest propensity for issues to occur, or we have data that tells us issues have already occurred. Again, we use a lot of data to kind of police and point us in the right direction so that we're out there with at the right time for the right reasons, the right time of day, to either have an impact on traffic and have a pro impact on traffic. So we like to hit things up before they even occur.
I like that a lot. So
proactive approach is important, whether it be messaging. We don't make this a secret. When we do this operation, we put it out in the press release. We're not out there to be secretive about it. We invite the press to even ride along with us and see some of the violations that we witness. So it really is a good way of reaching out and hopefully stopping things before they occur. Because if we never make a traffic stop, never take another crash report, or never have to write another citation for speed or careless or lane use or something, well, that'd be fantastic.
Well,
obviously that's not realistic, but that is our ultimate goal. Our ultimate goal is to have zero crashes. Not a reduction in crashes, none.
That's great. No, I like that a lot, and the thing is, who knows, maybe we could work together more, I'm not going to deny, sir, a lot of times, truck drivers are a little nervous of inspections and things like that, so I try to educate them on things that are happening, right? And, the jokes go aside and they say, well, thanks, Alex, I guess I'm going to shut down my truck this week, but,
Right.
But,
right. And the more interaction there is between the trucking community and law enforcement, and there is quite a bit of interaction. We have a lot of interaction with the trucking communities in and around Michigan, a lot of presentations, a lot of safety presentations on site in a non-enforcement capacity, of course. So those are always good. And, one thing we're seeing out there, too, is there's an uptick in the number of new drivers. And getting new drivers is not easy. Obviously, recruiting drivers has been a problem. And you have a lot of inexperienced drivers mixed in with a lot of the experienced drivers, so it does cause some issues.
Yeah, we're gonna talk more here and there. When's the next time I should call you, sir, so we could update people, and then this way, because I'll be honest, they look at me almost like it's a side secret that I'm blessing the drivers with telling them where law enforcement will be. But in this case, they always comment down below, "Thanks, Alex. I'm going to make sure I drive extra safe in those areas this week." But really, that's the initial goal, right?
Right. They should drive safe in all areas, all weeks.
Yeah.
That's really what their goal is. And again, us being out there is not a secret.
Okay.
We want to make sure the public knows that we're out there in full force, especially this week. And another thing that this week in Michigan specifically with the Eyes on 94 project, not only is it repetitive years that we've ran this, and we do it systematically throughout the year with obviously lesser resources allocated toward it, but it also kicks off our winter driving season, which, as we speak today, parts of 94 are pretty slippery. So again, awareness of the weather, traffic patterns, driving, distracted driving limited. Obviously we want to keep that to a limitation for both commercial vehicle drivers as well as any passenger vehicle drivers out there. Let's be honest, if people's heads are up and they're looking down the roadway and they're looking at what's out in front of them, a lot of things that do occur probably can be avoided.
I love that. I love that. Well, I appreciate you so much, sir. I mean, for your time.
Information. You should have my email as well, so feel free to email me, and I'd be glad to speak with you about truck safety. And
I could jump in the truck with you guys, maybe educate these guys here and there. That's all I do. I'm a truck driver myself for the last 10 years for North American Van Lines, and then I made videos that nobody watched for the last 10 years, and now people watch. So I just want to give people.
Okay, well, good. Getting the message out there, then good.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that. Anything we can do on our end, I'd be glad to assist. Again, it's all about messaging. It's all about making sure we're promoting safety. And if we can do that and help you in any capacity with that, and if it results in saving lives, which it does, we'd be glad to assist.
No, great. So, all right. So, if respectfully, sir, as long as you're okay with it, I wanted to use this conversation to, let truck drivers know if you're okay with that, and then hopefully we could.
I have no issue with that.
I appreciate that, sir. I just want to be respectful to you. I'm not that guy. I'm not trying to catch anyone on anything. I just want to be respectful and, share good information, accurate information, and just help truck drivers every way possible.
Well, great. If you could tell them a message from us is drive safe, have a safe and happy holiday, and we do appreciate what our truck drivers do for us nationally, keeping our lifeline and food chains alive. So we definitely appreciate everything they do. So
well, I appreciate
have a great
that.
holiday season as well.
Yes, sir. And we'll be talking soon because we're going to jump on and, I want to jump to some of these, way stations and jump to some of these informational things that you guys are doing. And I've never had anyone, I've never had an inside person to help me with this. So,
no problem. Again, this is not something that's secret to the public. We serve the public and we want to interact with the public. So I appreciate it.
All right, thank you so much. You have a great day as well, and I thought this was a very enlightening conversation. I'm feeling a little different about law enforcement today.
Well, good. Nothing wrong with that. Again, our law enforcement does a phenomenal job out there, and there's no reason that law enforcement and commercial vehicles can't work in collaboration. Yet, we all know that everybody has a job to do. So I appreciate the conversation today.
Well, thank you. And Merry Christmas as well. And I'll be contacting you again soon, and then we'll try to collaborate. And thanks so much for this conversation, sir.
Okay, great. If you can follow up with an email with me, or my email, that'd be great. So I have your contact information.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much.
You bet. Bye.
Bye. Damn. There you go, people. So it's going to be a lot of law enforcement in Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, and Illinois without the S.